In today's video, I'm going to answer the question, should I blanket my horse in the winter season? There are a number of considerations and some useful information I am going to share with you, so let's get right into it. Nature and evolution have designed your horse to spend their days outside, and they are naturally equipped with tools to keep themselves warm when the temperatures start going down. As the days get shorter and sunlight fades, this triggers the horse to start growing out its winter coat. This coat grows out longer and coarser. The horse also develops a little bit of extra body fat, and this is preparing the horse for the upcoming winter low temperatures. The individual hairs of the horse's coat stand up rather than lying flat against the skin. This traps warm air close to the body and insulates them from the cold. In addition to this longer, thicker coat that the horse uses to stay warm from the outside, they also consume hay, grass, forage, beet pulp, and other roughage, and this all gets fermented in the hindgut. This fermentation creates internal energy, which provides internal heat. Horses who are outside in the winter also need shelter. A horse that can stay dry has an easier time staying warm, and they also need fresh water. It can't be allowed to freeze, so it may have to be heated. You will need to blanket horses that have specific needs, such as babies, foals. They need to be blanketed. Senior horses, they also have a hard time staying warm. They will need to be blanketed. And horses with health issues, such as Cushing's, maybe other diseases, or just horses that are having a hard time keeping weight on, they need to be blanketed for extra help in the winter. When horses are fully or partially body clipped, because you're training them and riding them in the winter and they get sweaty and you want to help them dry off more quickly, since you've removed their natural coat, they will need to be blanketed. If you have a horse that's shipped from Florida to a state such as Montana, Utah, Wyoming, a state where the temperature is drastically colder, they will not be acclimated. They will need to be blanketed while they acclimate to this new climate and lower temperature. There are some drawbacks to blanketing, things that you have to stay vigilant for. Number one, since blanketing your horse presses the hairs down and interferes with the natural coat function, you do have to keep blanketing up once you start. Number two, you have to look out for overheating. If the temperature changes a lot, you have the blanket on, you want to make sure your horse does not overheat. This can lead to dehydration and other health issues, so you have to check under that blanket periodically. Number three, if the blanket gets wet, it's going to be a problem. A wet blanket on a cold horse does no good. And number four, the blanket can hide weight loss, skin conditions, rubs, injuries, and other issues like that. So you definitely want to be checking under that blanket regularly. When you start blanketing your horse or horses, you want to make sure that your blankets and sheets are in good repair and good condition. Many blankets and sheets are waterproofed and they have a coating, and you might have to keep adding to that coating when you wash your blankets to make sure it doesn't wear away, or have extra blankets that you can swap out. You want to make sure that there are no holes and rips where the horse can get their leg caught, where they can trip or get injured, or where the blanket might get caught on debris out in the pasture or field. Be sure the size of the sheet or blanket is correct for your horse as well. A well-fitting blanket will keep your horse warm and comfortable, but an ill-fitting blanket can restrict movement, cause rubs, it can shift around, or it can get tangled. If you decide not to blanket your horse, you must be aware of all the things that I've mentioned earlier in the video that must be provided, and you must also know about the LCT, the Lower Critical Temperature. This is the temperature below which the horse must increase its metabolic heat in order to maintain normal body temperature. In adult healthy horses, this can range from 40 degrees Fahrenheit for horses with a summer coat to 18 degrees for horses with a winter coat who are acclimated to extreme cold. As you can see, no matter which decision you make, to blanket or not to blanket, our horses depend on us to manage their care carefully throughout the entire year, not only in the winter months, so that they can live their best lives and thrive. I'm going to link below in the description a video I did previously on blanketing horses in the winter that will provide some more resources and information. And I'm also linking below a book that I recently got called Grooming to Win by Susan E. Harris. It has a great section on blanketing as well as tons of other information on grooming and trimming and braiding your horse to get ready for a show. I think you'll enjoy that book, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.